it up for Mr. Lothario.
The bad boy of the dating game. Was good. So this video right here, I want to explain to you why women throw themselves at high status men, or what we would call high status guys. All right, so I got an email from a subscriber, and I want to read the email, and I'm going to explain what's popping. All right, so the subject says, why do dudes get women thrown at them just for being on TV? So the email says, dear Mr. Lucario, what I noticed in reading a lot of interviews with celebrities and dudes who got a TV appearance in some show is that they say they get hundreds of messages of women and even marriage proposals. Some also say women broke into their homes or sent them expensive gifts without ever having met them. Why is it that unfamous guys like me never have women chasing us, but even not that good-looking guys get pussy thrown at them just for having an appearance on TV? It just feels so unfair and makes no sense, since women are considered too afraid to approach, yet they do for those dudes. All right, so basically, what's going on in this email is, he's saying like, hey, how come these famous dudes, some of them who aren't even that good looking, get women throwing themselves at them? They're on TV, they're, in the limelight or whatever, right? Now, the thing is this, women want to be with the guy who has the, quote unquote status, the high status, right? The guy who everybody's paying attention to, the guy who has the most shit going on, because for them, for women, they have this need to be provided and protected, right? So a guy who is high status, or who has, all that stuff going for him, to her communicates a guy who can take care of her, a guy who, has a lot of resources. Do you understand? A guy who, can make a lot of things happen for her, right? Now, in reality, doesn't necessarily mean just because the guy's on TV that, or they seen him doing something like that, he's going to do all that stuff for them. Not necessarily, and it doesn't mean that he can or whatever in certain cases, right? Because just because you're on TV doesn't mean you have like actual resources and connections. Technically, you're just on some show, whatever. Anybody can get on some show at some point nowadays. They got all these reality shows and stuff like that. Me, myself, I've been on a couple of reality shows. I've been on I Love New York on VH1. For those who don't know, I've been on this other one called Switched Up on ABC Family. I've been on a couple talk shows. I was on Tyra Banks' show, Montel Williams' show. I was on another reality show episode on TLC with this show called Big Sexy. So I've done like a lot of different things on TV, right? Now, I know firsthand how a lot of these women act when they are interacting with a guy who's been on TV or who's been, out there in the public eye, because I've experienced all the shit. And let me tell you, the chicks, they really act totally different than how they do, normally. You understand? Or generally with like an average type of dude or a regular dude, right? Man, let me tell you, okay? I had situations where, I remember when I was on I Love New York, and when that first came out and it was all big, and I would, go to different spots or whatever, I had chicks, I was at some clubs, and, I remember I made out with maybe like, 20, 30 chicks in one night at this club. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I had chicks, I would be on a train, and chicks would come up to me, offer me threesomes and shit. It was just stupid. You understand? So, I know firsthand that, chicks will be on that type of shit, right? But for what I want you guys to understand, and and you kind of pointed it out in this email. You said it just feels so unfair and makes no sense, since women are considered too afraid to approach, yet they do it for these dudes, right? And this is what I want you to learn from this, and this is what I learned from this, right? What you need to learn from this is that a lot of the shit that these women say, oh, I'm a lady, I'm too afraid to approach a guy, or I would never do that, I would never fuck a guy on the first date, I would never do this with a guy I just met. Bullshit. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's all bullshit. Do you understand? If a chick is feeling you, right, she will do whatever the fuck, okay? Because I've seen it. I've seen it with myself. I've seen it with other people that I know who, all these other guys who have these high status things or whatever. And it's not to say that they can only do it with guys who are on TV or who are famous or who have all this other shit going on. They can also do it with your your average Joe everyday guy. You understand? The only difference is that they're choosing not to. Do you understand? It's not that they can't, it's that they're choosing not to. You understand? I used to always hate when I would, have conversations with women and they would say shit like, oh, I gotta wait till I get to know a guy before I have sex with him. I can't have sex with a guy, if I don't get to know him. You understand? Which is bullshit. You understand? It's not that it's not that they literally can't do it. They're just choosing not to. Do you understand? So, saying some shit like, I can't breathe without oxygen. You understand? That's like, well, that's a fact. You understand what I'm saying? It's not a fact that this woman can't fuck you until she gets to know you. Why? Because she's most likely fucked some guy who she didn't get to know. She just fucked him because, she thought he was rich, or she thought he was this high status dude, or she saw him on TV or whatever it was, right? So women do these things. So what I'm saying is that when women are coming up to you trying to, tell you the whole spiel of, I don't do this and I need to get to know you and we got to go on dates and I got to wait. It's bullshit, because women will go up to these type of dudes and do this shit all day. You understand? So the reason why I'm telling you guys this is that when you're dealing with girls and, she's giving you the runaround, she's being flaky, she's on all this other, extra shit, right? 9 times out of 10, it's bullshit. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, when you're dealing with girls, just understand that that's bullshit and they're just bullshitting you. So you don't need to, keep going with these girls. And the thing is that it doesn't matter that you are not famous. It doesn't matter that you don't have all this shit going on. The fact is that they will do it if they want to do it. They will do it if they're feeling you that much. Because there's certain girls that I met who didn't know I was on TV, who never seen me on TV, who just met me, just out of the blue or whatever. And they basically did shit with the same intensity and the same passion as the woman who saw me on TV and was just on some groupie shit. You understand what I'm saying? So there was girls who, when I was on TV and they saw me on TV, they were giving me like super intense cooperation. Then there were girls who didn't know I was on TV, who haven't seen me on TV, who didn't know me from a can of paint, and we would talk and I would get together with them and they would give me some intense cooperation, right? And the reason why they gave me that cooperation was because they liked me. It was because they was feeling me that much. They had that same intensity, the same way they was feeling that guy they saw on TV. And a lot of times, these women, they project their fantasies on these guys, and if I they meet some celebrity or whatever, and then they want to just make shit happen because they know about the celebrity, they know that the celebrity probably has money and all this other shit, and they want to get down with that. And the thing is, there ain't nothing wrong with chicks wanting to do that, but at the same time, you as a dude, you need to understand that a lot of times when chicks be talking that bullshit about, I don't do this and I don't do that, and I'm a good girl, and this is I don't do that type of stuff, and bullshit, motherfucking bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? So when you're dealing with women in the game, what you need to do is be a little bit less lenient when you're dealing with these type of girls. So when they're giving you that type of bullshit, you just be like, nah, get out of here. I'm not really taking you too seriously. And you keep going and talking to chicks who, basically are going to be the more cooperative girls. They should be cooperating with you the same way they're going to be cooperating with these quote unquote high status guys. You feel me? So that's it, guys. Let me know what you think. Leave some comments. And I will holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Alright, now before you click off this video, I need you to do 3 quick things. First, I need you to click the link below to send me your questions, because if you have any questions, I'll answer them in a video. 2, click the link under that to get my free ebook, The Magnificent 10 Crucial Dating Tips for Men. It gives you 10 tips on how to attract beautiful women. And number 3, I want you to click the link under that to go to badboymembership.com, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video tutorials every month.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.